محرم و ایام سوگواری سرور و سالار شهیدان جهان و آزادگان جهان حضرت امام حسین علیه السلام خدمت ما شما عزیزان و سروران تسلیت عرض می‌کنیم. برنامه امشب مسجد الرسول با تلاوت آیه 76 تا 83 سوره مبارکه یونس که توسط محترم حاج کریم بسام قرائت خواهد شد شروع می‌کنیم. ترجمه فارسی آیت تلاوت شده انشاءالله توسط برادر آقای ملکوتی and the English translation will be recited by brother سید امین قوادی انشاءالله. امشب در بخش دوم برنامه نخواهیم داشت تا روز جمعه انشاءالله. روز جمعه و شنبه که ویکند هست میتونیم از مطالب اشعار و مطالبی که دوستان تهیه کردن استفاده بکنیم. میریم و از آقای صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلما جاء عما وجدنا عليه آباءنا وتكون لكم الكبرياء في الأرض وما نحن لكما بمؤمنين. وقال فرعون ائتوني بكل ساحر عليم. فلما جاء السحرة قال لهم موسى ألقوا ما أنتم ملقون. فلما ألقوا قال موسى ما جئتم به السحر إن الله سيبطله إن الله لا يصلح عمل المفسدين. ويحق الله الحق بكلماته ولو كره المجرمون. فما آمن لموسى إلا ذرية من قومه على خوف من فرعون وملئهم أن يفتنهم وإن فرعون لعال في الأرض وإنه لمن المسرفين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات.
پناه میبرم به خدا از شر شیطان رانده شده. و هنگامی که حق از نزد ما به سراغ آنها آمد، گفتند این سحری است آشکار. موسی گفت آیا درباره حق هنگامی که به سوی شما آمد چنین میگویید؟ آیا این سحر است؟ در حالی که ساحران هرگز رستگار و پیروز نمیشوند. گفتند آیا آمده ای که ما را از آنچه پدرانمان بر آن یافتیم منصرف سازی و بزرگی و ریاست در روی زمین از آن شما دو تن باشد؟ ما هرگز به شما ایمان نمی آوریم. فرعون گفت بروید و هر جادوگر و ساحر دانایی را نزد من آورید. هنگامی که ساحران به میدان مبارزه آمدند، موسی به آنها گفت آنچه از وسایل سحر را می توانید بیفکنید. هنگامی که افکندند، موسی گفت آنچه شما آورده اید سحر است که خداوند به زودی آن را باطل می کند، چرا که خداوند هرگز عمل مفسدان را اصلاح نمی کند. او حق را به وعده خیش تحقق می بخشد، هرچند مجرمان کراهت داشته باشند. در آغاز هیچ کس به موسی ایمان نیاورد مگر گروهی از فرزندان قوم او، آن هم با ترس از فرعون و اطرافیانش، مبادا آنها را شکنجه کنند، زیرا فرعون برتری جویی در زمین داشت و از اسرافکاران بود. درست گفت خداوند بلند مرتبه. تسلای دل خانم فاطمه زهرا صلوات الله علیها اجماعاً صلوات.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So when the truth came to them from us, they said, this is a most surely clear enchantment. Musa said, do you say of the truth when it has come to you? Is it magic? And the magicians are not successful. They said, have you come to us to turn us away from what we found our fathers upon, and that greatness in the land should be for you too? And we're not going to believe in you. And Pharaoh said, bring to me every skillful magician. And when the magicians came, Musa said to them, cast down what you have to cast. So when they cast down, Musa said to them, what you have brought is deception. Surely Allah will make it not. Surely Allah does not make the work of mischief makers to thrive. And Allah will show the truth to be truth by His words, though the guilt may be averse to it. But none believed in Musa except the offsprings of his people, on account of the fear of Fir'aun and their chiefs, lest he should persecute them. And most surely Fir'aun was lofty in the land, and most surely he was of the extravagant. Sadaqallahu al-Aliyyul Azim.
خب با تشکر و سپاس فراوان از محترم حاج بسام آقای ملکوتی و سید امین قبادی که قرآن و ترجمه فارسی و انگلیسی را به سمع شما رساندن. As I mentioned at the beginning, we're not going to have any articles or poetry this time at the second session due to its working days. Tomorrow, working and school days. So after a few announcements, we will go ahead and we'll listen to Ajaga Mudarris' speech, inshallah. First thing first, financial. We need your financial support at this point, my brothers and sisters. Please see Brother Zai Amili and Brother Sayyid Razak if he is here, and make sure that you are up to date. Brother Sayyid Razak is also here. Please see these two brothers. They are working hard, collecting your money. They are ready for you to let them know how much you can pay. We need your financial support, and especially at this time, our expenses go up again because we are here every night. So your financial support would be greatly appreciated. Second, our Muharram programs will continue through next Tuesday, September 10th at 7:30 every night. Our programs include congregation prayers, recitation of Ziyarat Ashura every night, and speech by Hujjatul Islam Mudarris, and we will end our programs every night with Azadari. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in 5th surah, verse 32 states, saving one life as is of saving the whole humanity. If you would like to respond to this ayah directly and keep the sunnah of Imam Hussein's alayhi salam's sacrifice, please sign up for Imam Hussein donation for our blood drive and turn your love and pain for Imam Hussein alayhi salam into saving lives this coming Sunday, September 8th. Let me share with you how you can do your small part and following the ayah just that I mentioned and the sunnah of sacrifice. In 2017, Imamiya Medics International, Southern California, held our very first Imam Hussein blood drive, which saved 204 lives. In 2018, that number jumped up to 305 lives. This year, our goal is to save 500 lives with participation of Masjid al-Rasul, Zainabiyya, and Jafariya. You can sign up for blood donations directly and visiting their site at redcross.org. It's one word, redcross.org, using sponsor code Masjid al-Rasul. Or, brothers, you can contact Dr. Ehsan Reza at 818-357-1160. Or from sister side, please contact Sister Amina Haidar at 805-338-1809. The next announcement, if you would like to participate in this year's Arba'in walk in Karbala, Iraq, there are 2 packages available. Both packages, the price is the same, $2,500. If I can have everyone's attention, please. Both packages include airline ticket, hotel, and food, as I mentioned, for $2,500. The only difference between the 2 packages are the number of days. The first one is from October 12th through October 22nd, and the second one is from October 12th through October 26th. The last day or deadline to sign up for this Arba'in walk is September 20th, so you have another 17 days if you would like to decide. And if you have any information or you need more information or detail about this, or you've already decided to do this, please see Dr. Nekmar. He is here. He would be able to give you more detail, and he will connect you to this group, inshallah. If you would like to sponsor for food for one night these days, please let me know, or please let Ajaga Mudarris know. We can direct you to people who are responsible for our food schedule. And please be aware that our masjid is located in a residential area, my brothers and sisters. I've been announcing this for 3-4 years now, and I think it didn't have its effect so far. I still see people going outside, having fun, talking loud, laughing. Please, what would you do if if you live in that house? Would you want people to talk, laugh around 12 o'clock in the morning, 11? Nobody wants that. So please make sure that when you're exiting right this door, please keep your noises down as much as possible. Once you get to your car, then you can have normal talk. But I'm asking everyone, please, don't bother these guys around us. They've been nice so far to us. We didn't have that much complaint. So we want to keep that tradition. And even though we had a few complaints already in the past. Yes, the timing. I'm sorry, I forgot. Original time for the blood donation was from 10:30 to 4:30 p.m., but it's been changed. Thanks to brother Dr. Ehsan Reza, he changed it for us. So now the time is from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So during this time, please go to redcross.org and schedule it, or please see Dr. Ehsan or Sister Amina from sister side, and make sure that you sign up for blood donation under the banner of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Again, the timing for the blood drive has changed from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. That's much better. I think if you can schedule it first thing in the morning, you can donate blood, and then you can go also and participate in Julus in downtown LA as well. With that being said, please keep us to keep our masjid clean as much as possible. Don't leave anything unattended, your paper cups, food containers, and once you eat, please take a look around yourself, and if there's any food spill on the carpet, please clean it up and keep our masjid clean. Ajaga Mudarris speech, the title for Ajaga Mudarris speech is In Pursuit of Tranquility, that he started it a few nights ago, and he's going to elaborate on that tonight and through next Tuesday, inshallah. میریم و از معذر حجت الاسلام و المسلمین آقای مدرس استفاده میکنیم. سر سلامتی آقای مدرس، صلوات محمد پسند ختم بفرمایید. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We dedicate the thawab of tonight's program to children of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha. There are another two shaheed who dedicated their life to defend the message of Allah and to stand by the side of the master of the martyrs, Sayyid al-Shuhada alayhi salam. For the honor of all of the martyrs and shuhada of Karbala, especially the children of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha, recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إلهنا وشفيع ذنوبنا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المكرمين سيما بقية الله في السماوات والأراضين. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن الكريم هو الذي أنزل السكينة على قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما. صدق الله العلي العظيم. For the honor of Rasulullah, his infallible family, Ahlul Bayt, recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. For the last few nights, we talked about one of the reasons behind the loss of itminan, the loss of tranquility in life. If you remember, we talked about imbalance and the loss of moderation in life. I'tidal is one of the reasons that will cause anxiety, stress, grief, depression. And we're not talking from the perspective of a psychologist talking to somebody who is suffering from the mental disease. I'm talking about in a spiritual state that sometimes we feel that we're exhausted. There's not that sense of energy or joy when we pray. Or when we face difficulty in life, sometimes we endure the difficulty. It's not that we start becoming suicidal right away, but it is that we do not go through that difficulty with sense of peace and serenity, that understanding that there is ultimately an end for every difficulty. As Quran says, سَيَجْعَلُ اللَّهُ بَعْدَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. No difficulty, no challenge and obstacle in life, it meant to stay forever. But for the mu'min in Quran, Allah has always talked about this grace, this composure, this character who always works as a source of reliance for others. These are lessons that we have to take from Muharram and from Imam Hussein. This has been said about the Prophet that Imam Ali alayhi salam said in the battles, and most of the battles of the Prophet, they were in a small number. They were usually outnumbered by the opponent, by the enemy. So for example, in the Battle of Badr, Muslims were 313. The opponent, there were almost 1,000, over 1,000. Muslims were empty-handed, some of them. They did not even have swords. But the enemy, they were fully equipped. They had horses and camels and armors. And then Imam Ali said, in those hard moments, in those challenging moments, whenever Muslims, they feel stress, fear, they were anxious, they used to go and look at the Rasulullah's face. And they see that calm and serenity in his face, how calm he was. Just from looking at the Rasulullah's face, we would get re-energized to go back and continue our struggle. Similar thing was said about Abu Abdullah and Hussein. That the companions of Imam Hussein used to come back and look at Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And this is something to, inshallah, try to develop. This is not an overnight thing. We cannot become somebody who have nafs mutma'inna, this soul that has composure and has serenity overnight. It's a constant struggle. From Surah Fath in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in verse number 4, Allah is the one who descend this composure, this sense of peace to the hearts of believers. هو الذي أنزل السكينة على قلوب المؤمنين. Sakina, the root of the word sakina is sukn. Sukn is when you don't move, when there is no motion. That's what sukn is. That's the reason in Arabic, sukna is your house, is where you live. Sakina is that sense that difficulties and problems and tribulation in life does not shake your faith. Does not move you around. It's not that today I'm in this side, tomorrow I'm on that side. You have principles that you stand by them. They are well grounded in your faith. And your faith is well grounded in your soul. You don't give up easily. You don't shake easily. And in Muharram we see that those people who actually had this sakina, where there were not that many. A lot of people, they had faith, they had iman, they were Muslims. But when it comes to the moment of trial, moment of test, not so many of them actually were able to maintain their composure, maintain their iman. They gave up. And our world is no exception. The time we live in is no exception. We have our own challenges. We have our own demons to fight with, to deal with. Not to just, if I'm, alhamdulillah, able to perform my prayers, consider myself equal to a companion of Imam Hussein. Don't really give ourselves that much credit. But the reality is that what we do at this time it is difficult. It is a challenge. And one of the reasons is because the time we live in, it's usually a push toward imbalance. It's not about balance. The culture we live in does not like moderation. We're about, legalizing, everything that is actually, as long as human desires something and majority votes for it, we legalize it. Recently, how many of you have been reading about all these cases of, all the harms of vaping, some states banning it and asking people to stop using it and all that? But when it started, a lot of people say it's not a cigarette, it's not a big deal. It's just for fun. The idea is that why we need something to calm down, why we need an external stimulus to give us that sense of peace. And you see a lot of religion share this, by the way. If you look at the teaching of Zen, that they tell you about the inner peace, in Buddhism, in Hinduism, all these, even if you go to Japan and China and you look at their thinkers and philosophers, they always talk about that, ultimate peace comes from within. What we say is that it is the ultimate peace from within, but the pursuit of it comes from outside. That's a big difference between the Islamic teaching and ideology and those teaching. So meditation is very good. Nothing against it. But if you're looking for that sakina, that tranquility of soul, we will not be able to acquire all the pieces of that with all the meditation in the world. We will not be able to find it. That help us for part of it, but not the entire path. Islam says that sakina comes from struggle. If you want that peace, you have to search for it. You have to do what is necessary in order to acquire it. So last night we talked about the segments, the hadith of Imam Musa ibn Ja'far, the segments that we have to pay attention to. So if you pay attention to those 4 segments which are necessary to acquire an ultimate faith and iman, you see that it's not only about internal struggle, there's about external struggle as well, right? It's about you actually going out there in the real world and dealing with your problems. So that was the cause number 1. Tonight, inshallah, we go to number 2. What is the way to acquire serenity? How to find Ya ayyatun nafsul mutma'inna, this assurance, this sense of ultimately finding the reason of life. Because if somebody's sure about what they do, is that they know the big answers. They found the right answers for the questions in life. But this sakina that we're talking about, Allah said, هُوَ الَّذِي أَنزَلَ السَّكِينَةَ عَلَى قُلُوبِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. If you have this composure, this sakina, this sense of calm, what will happen? لِيَزْدَادُ إِيمَانًا مَعَ إِيمَانِهِمْ. Your faith will add on. You will increase in the state of faith. In another word, you will get more and more building your iman, upgrading your iman. Liyazdadu izdiyad is when you add something. So it shows that for iman there is a path. So even the sense of sakina, the sense of peace has levels. Some people's state of, we see people that even in normal situation, they're anxious. There are levels. Everything is going well, they're anxious with no reason. Some people, they're not anxious at that moment. The moment they see a bit of, they look at their bank account and it's not a number that they're happy with, that's the moment you see that the sakina and the sense of peace is leaving. Some people, even then, they're calm. They lose it when they get hit by bankruptcy or a difficulty or sickness or illness. Some people don't even shake that moment. It should be something bigger, the loss of someone, a loved one, a death in the family. There are different stages. So, liyazdadu imanan ma imanan. For example, one of the examples of this serenity I'm talking about. Again, if somebody with no reason you're anxious, means alhamdulillah everything in life is going well, and still for some reason you don't have that sense of peace, you need help. If it does not let you on a daily basis, it does cause a sense of suffering and unease in your life, you have to pursue help, maybe a professional help. But this is for people who are like every normal human being. When actually there is a problem and we lose control, that is a topic, and this inshallah conversation will help us to have that sense of that character, that strong iman to help us to keep it together. One of the well-known books in Hausa is Jawahir. Sahib al-Jawahir, or basically the author of this book, is one of the great and well-known ulama. We have about him that when he was writing this book, his son passed away. So he went and basically they washed the body, they did ghusl and kafan and everything. But for some reason they were not able to bury the body on the same day as ghusl and kafan. So at the time that they were living, there was no hospital or no fridge or anything to keep the body. So he said, well, in the morning we will bury the body. So at night, said, okay, we're going to keep the body in the house, and in the morning people come and we do, the tashiyah janaza, or we do the burial ceremony. So his house was a simple house. He only had 2 rooms. That was the time he was living. So one room was for the family. Another room he was using it as a library, as he was writing this Jawahir, this book. So they brought the body of his son inside his library. And as he was praying for his son, he spent the night with the body. But after doing the Quran and after doing the prayers for his son, he started continuing writing that book. It's not being heartless, it's not being careless. Because he was dedicating, that's what he did. He dedicated the thawab and the reward that people will take advantage of this knowledge later on to the soul of his son. As he was crying and as he was grieving, like a father would grieve, he continued writing. That is the sense of calm we're looking for. It's not that you have no emotion, as I mentioned again. The sakina is that you're calm. But some people, God forbid, as soon as something happens in life, the first thing that they go after is God. Why this happened to me? Where are you? What are you punishing me for? Losing that sense of tranquility and serenity is happening after facing the tragedy. So these are ulama. So if you have the living people like them, and as I mentioned, when I give examples of Ahlul Bayt, people said this is overachieving, this is too high for us. When I say companions of the Ahlul Bayt, they say still they're too high. When I say scholars and ulama, they said, no, this is too high. And again, I tell people, there is no other problem, there is no other example for me to find. Beside Ahlul Bayt, which doesn't mean the example of Ahlul Bayt should be just as a story, it should be as something to look up to them. Because they said it themselves, Shia means somebody who's following, who's walking. Let's say if you're walking on a beach, and with every step there is a footmark. A Shia in Arabic translation is, the terminology is when you exactly put your foot in the same footprint. You follow them as that footprint. You don't walk outside that footprint. So how we can say, oh, the Ahlul Bayt is not for me? They're supposed to walk in a way that we can walk after them. They were human beings like us, with the difference that what they achieved and what they accomplished, it's beyond a regular person, an average person. But they were made out of flesh. They would get hurt. They needed to sleep. They needed to eat. All the things that we do. Because Quran says when the prophets of God was talking to people, one of the biggest excuses of disbelievers was, why God sent a human being? We want an angel. He's an orphan. He's somebody we know. Why we have to follow him? He's like us. In Surah Furqan, Allah actually says, what excuse? And Allah said, we send it because He's from you. He understands you. He's from you, for you. And Allah said, if He would have sent an angel, you would do the exact opposite and said, why Allah sent an angel? He's an angel. He doesn't understand what we're going through. He doesn't have desires. He doesn't have anything we have. So next time when you hear the story of Hazrat Zainab and the patience of Hazrat Zainab, do not let our nafs to say, oh, this is Hazrat Zainab, this is not for me. This is nothing for me that I can learn from Hazrat Zainab. There's so much that we can learn. So, the second factor that will contribute to acquiring sakina, itminan, serenity, assurance, is aql. Aql. In Islamic hadith book, there's always a chapter on aql. Aql is being translated as wisdom, intellectuality, thinking. There's so many English words for it. But the aql that Islam talks about is a power, is a type of intellectuality, is a type of wisdom that helps you to restrain yourself. I hope it was a clear translation of it. Aql is a type of intellectuality and wisdom that help you restrain yourself. Be in control of what you do, what you think, what you say. That's what aql. Because the word aql in Arabic is a tie, is a knot. Iqala and aql is when you actually, you place a knot around the knee of the camel in order to stop it from standing up and running away. That's what aql is. So it's that you restrain the camel. And for a human being is that ability that restrain us from hurting ourselves, harming ourselves and others, looking at the big picture, being patient. These are the means that we're looking for. Aql. The hadith of the 8th Imam Ali ibn Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, recite the salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Is the one that helping us to understand this better. Because when they look at the enemies of Imam Hussein, one of the reason Imam says these people are picking up sword and they're not listening to what I'm saying is because of the jahl, because of ignorance. There were people that they knew exactly what they were. For example, like Umar ibn Sa'd and Shibr ibn al-Jawshan. And these individuals, we talked about them, that they were not ignorant about why they're there. They were there for the money, they were there for the position and power. They did not suffer from lack of knowing who this person is. But from the 10,000 or 12,000 army, and some says it was up to 20,000 people, there were individuals that they were really thinking they're doing jihad. They were really believing it. That we're here to serve God. They wouldn't even did a ghusl for it. Qurbatan ilallah, only and only for God I'm here. This is what we call delusion. And even today, when we see people in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Syria, they're killing innocent people, some of them. There are so many of them that they're there for the dollar and for other reasons. They actually know exactly why they're there. Some of them were playing video games and now they actually wants to experiment in real life. There's some psychopath among them. There are all these different pipes coming together. We have this, band of misfits all together. And then there are some individuals who ignorantly they think they're serving God. They are. They're not that many, but there are individuals like that. And that is ignorance. Jahl is a veil. That's what it is. That does not let you see the truth. It makes you make the wrong judgment. When you say somebody a jahil, an ignorant, it's not that they want to be a jahil. You will not find that many people who say, oh, I was a jahil. They think that they are the wisest of all. That's the issue. This complex ignorance, that is the root of a lot of problems. The complex ignorance is the type of ignorance that people suffer from without knowing it. They actually projected in their own understanding that, oh, actually I'm a wise person. Others have to listen to me. Others have to listen to me. And connecting it to last night, when we talked about balance, Imam Ali Nahjul Balagha said, so when you want to look at the jahil, how you can detect it, diagnose ignorance. Imam said you will see a jahil, an ignorant person, usually they go to extreme. They always go to extreme. They always are ifrat or tafrit. Mufritan kana or mufarrata. They're not doing it at all, or they're doing it more than what they have to do. That's what jahl is. This my way or highway, that's the pattern they have. It should be this way and only this way. And that's the reason we cannot talk, as Quran says, you cannot even talk to the ignorant. Because they're always in extreme. They don't understand balance. So even a prophet of God was commanded by Allah, walk away from them. If you see somebody is jahil, and means their jahl is complex, means that they don't even consider themselves in need of knowing, in need of education, in need of enlightenment, then walk away from them. إِذَا خَطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. Just say peace be with you, or goodbye, whatever is the form of farewell, and then walk away. Because they have that veil, they cannot see it, regardless of how many times you shake your hand, you wave your hand, and you try to get their attention. Because of that veil of jahl, they will not see it. So inshallah, this is something we have to examine. I encourage you, inshallah, to look at the book of Al-Kafi, the English translation of it. Recently, I think in the last few years, was done basically, not all of it, but they call, I think, a kind of a summary of it by Sheikh Rizwan Arastu. May Allah, inshallah, bless his life and prolong his life for doing a lot of good work. Read it. And there is a chapter on aql, on wisdom. And it's important that when you open Bihar al-Anwar, Wasa'il al-Shia, all these books, there's always a chapter on aql and jahl too. The dichotomy is there. It's talking about the balance of these two, the struggle of these two. We have aql, and as by the way, it's relative. It's not absolute.
من القرون من هو أشد.
There are people who have absolute jahl. That's the reason Abu Jahl, his name was Aba Hakam, means the father of wisdom. And because what he embodied of ignorance, because Prophet tried so many times in order to guide him, he embodied so much resistance and so much arrogance and so much jahl that Rasulullah called him Aba Jahl. This is a father of ignorance. And he showed it till the end. So if you want a life of tranquility, we need aql. We have it. You have to, as I said, have that sense of restraint, control. The enemies of Sayyid al-Shahada did not have that. There was no restraint. How we know that? How we know that? Because in the day of Ashura, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam, last moments of his life, they started marching toward his camp. That's a statement made by Imam Hussein. Said, "O people, if you're not Muslims, even if you don't have faith, at least be decent men. That I'm alive and you are going for my family. You're going after them." They go to extreme, to a level that even in Islam is forbidden. But they mutilated the bodies. They ran horses on the bodies of the martyrs. This is lack of restraint. Nowhere in Islam we have an example of that by Muslim. But the tragedy of jahl is it does not have balance. Even in hatred is that extreme. That's when Imam Ali is a well-known tradition, said, in your friendship have balance. Even in your friendship. The hadith of Imam Ali is that make sure when you're friend with someone, do not say something to him that if one day that person turned out to become your enemy or somebody that is not your friend anymore, he or she will use it against you. Understand the degree of it. You can't tell him secrets and all that, but understand how much. And when it comes to animosity, the same thing. If somebody you have an issue, some problem with, Imam Ali said, make sure don't go too far. If that one day you become friends, you won't be able to look into his eyes. Balance. And aql leading us toward balance. If we have no restraint, the nafs of human beings does not want balance. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَاتَّقْوَاهَا. The nafs has this constant struggle between corruption and between piety. It's not made for balance. The balance has to be acquired by us, has to be developed by us. Our teaching tried to teach us about that. When you fast in Ramadan, we try to acquire self-restraint. One of the major philosophy of fasting is that you are able to control the stomach. Also control the sexual desire. Is a practice. Inshallah, I continue this topic tomorrow night. Because these are weekdays, I'll inshallah keep it shorter. Then inshallah people will be able to participate on weekdays as well. Just remember, sakina is achievable. Because Allah said, we want from Him. But He will descend it to the place that is suited for. Please, if you did not listen to any of what what I've been saying for this moment, pay attention to this one. When we talk about dua, I said Allah has to give us sakina. He has to give us peace. And then from the other part, I'm talking about you have to acquire peace. I said, which one is it? If Allah has to give sakina, what am I wasting my time for? If let's say I do everything, but He doesn't give me. Because He's the one who guides. He's the one who removes guidance. What's the story? So when you look at yourself, imagine yourself as what we consider a dharf. Imagine yourself as a container. The one who will fulfill and the one who will make sure this container will be filled with what is right is Allah. He has the good stuff. He's the dealer, right? We are the one who take a container. So if our soul is not ready, we shut down, we basically close the cap of it. If we don't do what we have to do to acquire sakina, we close the cap. Even if Allah wants to guide us, if He descend His sakina, we will not be able to receive it because we blocked it. We prevent it from reception. And even if I have the container, but I don't ask from Him, if He does not bless us, doesn't matter how big of a container you have nothing. So we need both. He is the one, anzala sakina. He descended, He gave it, He blessed us with sense of peace and tranquility, that with His remembrance and all that, we acquire that tranquility. But we have to have the proper zarf. Our soul has to be ready. We have to open the door. And if we have jahl is the cap. If I'm ignorant, I will never be able to get it because I didn't even know what it is. I don't know the value of it. It's like if somebody does not know what's the value of let's say, gold, platinum, right? If you give it to them, they're going to throw it out like a regular metal if you don't know what it is. Sakina for people who are just, all they're dealing with is jahl, means nothing. You can talk about it day and night, but they don't know what you're talking about. You're speaking in a different language. And that's what is happening in our time. Because of the TV, because of the food, because of so many different factors that slowly and gradually is affecting us. I'm talking about the unlawful form of them, haram form of them. They're gradually and, slowly degrading us. We go to a level that we don't even know what we are missing. We don't even know. There are some who knows that they know the value of what they've been missing. They know. There are people who walked away from Imam Hussein and they never regretted it. They didn't know who Hussein was. They were there to go and get in Kufa and gain some power and be on the winner's side. And the moment they see it's not going to happen, they walked away. They never regretted it. But there were people who regretted it. Mukhtar regretted. He was in prison, but he regretted. Sulaiman ibn Surad al-Khuzai, which was one of the supporters of Imam Hussein in Kufa, he regretted it. That's why when we miss a prayer, I don't regret it. But an alim, they miss Salatul Layl and they cry for it. We're the same human being. One knows the value of what they missed, another doesn't. May Allah inshallah give us the tawfiq to be blessed by the lights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sakina, to be blessed with sense of serenity and calm that help us to see the truth, find the truth, follow the truth, and be on the straight path and Sirat al-Mustaqim, and maintain that path of guidance, inshallah, throughout our life until hatta atak al-yaqeen, until the last moment and the last breath of our life. As I said, we dedicate the thawab of tonight to children of Hazrat Zainab salamullah alayha. The children of Hazrat Zainab are the sons of Abdullah ibn Ja'far. The husband of Hazrat Zainab is the son of Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, also known as Ja'far al-Tayyar. And the title of Ja'far al-Tayyar, Tayyar means the flying. Ja'far is the Rasulullah after, in one of the battles that he participated, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, he was the flag bearer of the army, and they cut off his hand. And he was martyred in that battle. Rasulullah said about him after, that Allah promised for him in exchange of his sacrifice, Allah will honor him with wings in heaven. Ja'far al-Tayyar. He has also a prayer's name after him, Salat Ja'far al-Tayyar, which is not that long. I know people usually use it as a saying, what are you doing? Your prayer is too long. Are you doing Ja'far al-Tayyar prayers? But it's not that long. Try it. It's very, very useful and effective prayers. If you have hajat, is a very, very effective prayer. If you have a request, an extreme need or dua, that's a good prayer to do. So the husband sent his children, the children of Hazrat Zainab, with Hazrat Zainab. Their two sons. And on the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein first sent his own children, his own son, Ali Akbar. I want you to understand, the companions of Imam Hussein, as long as they were alive, they did not let that happen. Anyone from Bani Hashim, from the family of the Prophet, to go to battle. They said, if we're alive, how we can stand and be a bystander of the family of the Prophet to be massacred? So after they one by one went, and now is from Bani Hashim, from the family of the Prophet, Ali Akbar is the first. And Imam did not hesitate. For everyone else, Imam negotiated, postponed it. But for Ali Akbar, because it was his son, it was his turn to sacrifice. He is from the descendant of Ibrahim, right? When Ibrahim asked him, when Allah asked Ibrahim for Ismail, he went for it. And now is the time for Hussein to send Ali Akbar. He didn't hesitate. But when the children of Hazrat Zainab, they came to their uncle, Hussein alayhi salam, Imam refused. Imam, look at them, they're so young. They insisted, they begged. They fell on the feet of Imam Hussein and begged for them to get the permission, and Imam refused. And they went back to their mother Zainab, salamullah alayha. Said, mother, we asked our uncle is not letting us to go. And this is the mother. Said, you didn't ask well, you have to go again and ask and insist. And tell your uncle that when Ali Akbar went, you did not refuse. You don't consider us to be that close to you? Are you not looking at us like your own children and your own family? So they came back and insisted, but this time Zainab was coming after them. My brother and sister, know the value of your mothers who brought you to the majalis of Hussein. They went to Imam Hussein and once again said, oh Uncle Hussein, we did not ask you for anything. We're not here by force. This is our own will. We want this. Are you not considering us to be your family? Are we not worthy enough to go to battle? And Hussein is looking at the bodies of these young men. The body is not developed yet. This time Zainab came and said, my brother Hussein, when you brought the Ali Akbar back to the tents, I was there with you. Let my children to go and prove themselves to Rasulullah. How can I face my grandfather Rasulullah in the day of judgment if the children of my brother Hussein are killed and my children are walking in front of me? I swear you by our mother Fatima, let my children go to battle. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم السلام على الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى Put your head down and imagine. Just imagine that how a mother can, somebody who, there's nothing in life for a mother more than love of a mother to her children. And for Zainab to beg, to weep over that, just let my children to be killed in the path of Hussein. فرزندان زینب کبرا اجازه میدان گرفتن خود زینب کبرا زره و لباس ای جوانان را آماده کرد رو کرد به ای جوانان عزیزان دلم نور چشمانم مبادا لحظه ای دست از یاری عمود و نوزن بردارین مبادا لحظه ای از یاری دین خدا دست بردارید این جوانها آماده شدن اما عبدالله الحسین اونها رو در آغوش گرفت گریه کردن ودا کردن عازم میدان شدند اینها نوه های جعفر ابن ابی طالبن دشمن از هر طرف فرار میکند این برادران رو جدا کردن بینشون فاصله انداختن شدن، محاصره کردن از هر طرف، نیزه دار با نیزه زد، شمشیر دار با شمشیر، بدن ای دو جوان قطعه قطعه روی زمین افتاد. صداشون بلند شد یا عمار یا حسین ادرکنا، مولا جان حسین به فریاد ما برس. حسین دوان دوان خود رو رسان با عده دیگر از بنی هاشم، بدن این شهدا رو آوردن طرف خیمگاه. یا رسول الله، یا زینب کبرا، هر شهیدی رو که آوردن کنار خیمه، اولین کسی که کنار حسین می آمد زینب کبرا بود. اما وقتی بدن فرزندانش رو آوردن، زینب از خیمه بیرون نیامد، مبادا چشمان حسین به چشمان زینب بیفتد. یا زینب، یا عقیله بنی هاشم، یا ام المصائب، اینجا طاقت نداشتی چشمان حسین رو ببینی، مبادا شرمنده تو باشد. اما چگونه روز عاشورا بالای مقتل چشمانت به چشمان حسین افتاد، رو کرد به خواهرش زینب حتی زیر خنجر قاتل، خواهرم زینب برگرد. وألا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين، وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Listen, shall everybody stand up? We finish with Azadari. You know, our sisters, if you respectfully can help us and inshallah continue the rest of the program in other hall. Again, inshallah, will be a short azadari. We express our condolences to the Imam of our time for the shahada of the master of the martyrs, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. سيدي يا مظلوم يا أبا عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم يا أبا عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم عبد الله، سيدي يا مظلوم عبد الله. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله،
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. تا کفن بر قدم بالای رسایت کردم، سوختم و از دل پر درد دعایت کردم. آخرین توشم از عمر تو این بود علی، من غم انگیز نگاهی ز قفایت کردم. تو ز من آب طلب کردی و من می سوزم که چرا تشنه لب از خویش جدایت کردم. یا رب این دشت بلا، این من و این اکبر من، هر که را داشتم ای دوست فدایت کردم. غریب مظلوم ابا عبدالله الحسین صلوات. و محمد و آل محمد. من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. عشق او مایه سوز و سازم، روی او قبلگاه نمازم. از غلامی او سرفرازم، نوکر بر سرای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. دل ز مهر رخش سر نگیرم، مرامش را به جان میپذیرم. این مرامم بود تا بمیرم، زنده چون با ولای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، کربلای حسینم. گرچه از حد فزون شد گناهم، پور زهرا بود عذر خواهم. روز محشر مگو بی پناهم، چون که من در پناه حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. نور صدق و صفا دارد این دل، مهر آل عبا دارد این دل. عقده کربلا دارد این دل، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، من گدایم من گدایم گدا حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. از جوانی به پیری رسیدم، عاقبت کربلا را ندیدم. ای خدایا مکن ناامیدم، چون که من مدد سرای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم، من گدایم گدای حسینم، عاشق کربلای حسینم. من گدایم گدای حسینم عاشق کربلای حسینم.
بر محمد و اهل بیت محمد صلوات. منم زینب گل زهرا عزیز آل طاهایم، شدم آواره در صحرا با بگزوای حسین آیم، شدم آواره در صحرا به ذکر حسین آیم، نمایم هر کجا منزل به دور لاله ها باشد، ز سوز دل به هر محفل نوا و ناله ها باشد، دارم اشک و آه و ناله محرمم باشد دلاله، هر دو سر تا به پا رنج و دردن، مثل پروانه دورد به گردن، یا حسین جان یا حسین جان یا جان کن تماشا حاصلم را، هدیه ناقابلم را، روز من تیره گردیده چون شب، یک نگه کن به طفلان زینب، یا حسین جان جان دل بگی سوی تو بستن، هر دو از جام تو هستن، لاله هایم اگر گشت پر پر، هر دو قربان یک موی اصغر، یا حسین جان جان دارم اشک و آه و ناله، همراهم باشد دلاله، هر دو سر تا به پا رنج و دردن، مثل پروانه دورد به گردن، یا حسین جان یا حسین جان یا حسین جان یا حسین جان یا حسین جان
یا حسین جان یا حسین جان، تا به دامان تو دستم آویخت، رشته غیرتم از غیر گسیخت، انبیا اشک غم از هجر تو ریخت آقا، خضر ز اخلاص تو تاش نریخت، کی رسیدی به لب آب حیات، شیعیان ماه عزای خامس آل عباد، شور و غوغا کربلات، شیعیان ماه عزای خامس آل عباد، شور و غوغا کربلات، در زمین و آسمان فریاد و افغان و نوات، محشر یوم الجزات، شیعیان ماه عزای خامس آل عباد، شور و غوغا کربلات، شیعیان ماه عزای خامس آل عباد، شور و غوغا آمدن در کربلا فرزند زارا شاهدین به کس و یار و معین آمدن در کربلا فرزند زارا شاهدین به کس و یار و معین سینه زن موی کنان در ماتمش خیر النسات نالاش و غربتات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات شیعین مای عزای دشمنان آماده قتلش روان در کربلا دشمنان آماده قتلش روان در کربلا از این قوم دقا ناله طفلان وی از نینوا تا ماسوات قهت آب ناروات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات زینب در این زمین گردید باغم مبتلا زینب در این زمین گردید باغم مبتلا نالا از ظلم و جفا سوی آن خونین جگر از هر طرف سیل بلاد مسترو به قغربات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد آذن وقتی که اکبر در مویت خاک و خون آذن وقتی که اکبر در مویت خاک و خون گرد از این واژگون بر سر ناشش حسین افسرده اندر نینوات نوهگر اندر نوات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات شیعین مای عزای خامس آل عباد شور و غوغا کربلات شیعین مای عزای خامس اجوکم الله باراگو پیامبر که علی جان من است هم بجان علی بو اسم محمد صلوات
اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام ولك السلام وإليك يعود السلام سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام على الأئمة الهادين المهديين السلام على جميع أنبياء الله ورسله وملائكته السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين السلام على علي أمير المؤمنين السلام على فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين السلام على الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة أجمعين السلام على علي بن الحسين زين العابدين السلام على محمد بن علي باقر علم النبيين السلام على جعفر بن محمد الصادق السلام على موسى بن جعفر الكاظم السلام على علي بن موسى الرضا السلام على محمد بن علي التقي الجواد السلام على علي بن محمد الهادى النقي السلام على حسن بن علي العسكري الزكي السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان يا خليفة الرحمن يا إمام الإنس والجان عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك السلام عليكم يا أهل بيت النبوة ورحمة الله وبركاته أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العلي العظيم وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء مرضانا ولتعجيل الفرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان رحم الله لمن قرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات